I just want to say I am happy to be sitting in front of the Most High's people once again. All praises to the Most High. Before we start, I do want to recognize two basically, not two people, but I want to recognize some individuals. The first thing I want to say is all praises to the Most High for allowing me to have the privilege to be sitting here next to elders of mine, Rashad, Ayaquar, and Ra'im. These brothers are good brothers, man. Give these brothers a hand, please. And it is a blessing. It is a blessing to be a student. Like Kobe Bryant says all the time, he loves to be a student of the game. I'm a student of the game as well for the Most High, and it's a privilege to be sitting over here with this brother to deliver this message today. Today's lesson is titled Beauty Within. Okay, beauty within. Now, other individuals that I want to recognize is my sisters, right? So this lesson that I have created with the wisdom and the scriptures of the Most High and having the okay from the elders to do this lesson is dedicated to my sisters today. Now, I want to say this. Can we get our sisters a hand, please? Our sisters a hand, man. And that's a hand for all of the sisters, not just in our school, but just the sisters in general that's out there, that's fearing the Most High. We're not dealing with stiff-necked, hard-headed women. We're talking about women that actually fear the Most High, that love the Father, and that diligently strive to keep His laws. And I just want to give some time to actually honor our sisters, because what we do, and I'm talking to my fellas a little bit, sometimes what we do is when we rebuke, within Israel, there's a lot of rebuke going on. Israel is quick to cut. Israel will cut your head off all the time. I mean, down to if a brother got a regular question on the street, brothers is quick to cut and destroy. And there's a lot of cutting and there's not a lot of healing amongst our people. And that's something that we got to learn how to correct within our body, because we have to start to get away from that stigma that Israel is all about brothers yelling on the corner, screaming, hollering, cussing people out. That is not the representation of the Most High God that we as men of God are supposed to have. And we have to begin to destroy that reputation, all right? And especially with dealing with not just us, and saving souls, but even with our sisters, because, you have some brothers, I've seen videos where brothers is calling our women bees and hoes and all of this other stuff and cussing them out on the street and calling them just the most wicked thing ever to be imaginable. And in some cases, that may be true for wicked women, but that's just not for the sisters either. That's for wicked brothers too. So, I see a lot of woman bashing, from the internet to YouTube videos, and we have to learn how to have a balance. So let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 3. We have to have a balance, because what we do is when we cut when it's necessary, but sometimes you may wound someone that may not need it to be cut. And sometimes we got to take in mind of them as well. So that's why I put this lesson together, because I want to show towards our sisters what the Most High created them to be and their purpose within these scriptures. All right. So let's read that. Ecclesiastes 3 and 3.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 3. A time to kill and a time to heal.
All right, so the Bible says that it's a time to kill, right? And there's a time to heal. Sorry, let me get there. All right. It's a time to kill and it's a time to heal. Read.
A time to break down and a time to build up.
It's a time to break down, it's a time to build up. Now, the problem is I see a lot of breaking down and tearing down, which is the time for that. But I rarely see brothers building, especially when it comes to our sisters. All right, in some aspects, all right. A lot of camps, like I said, I've seen a lot of camps go in, and this is what gives room for the Kemetic community to come and say, y'all hate y'all wives and y'all hate y'all women and this and that and this and that, which we know that that's further from the truth, right? Do anybody in here hate their wives? No, I don't hate my wife. I know this brother don't hate his wife, but what is that energy that's being put out there to give that type of stigma? Right? That energy, we have to be careful, because sometimes you know, that energy can actually do damage. What if you have a sister, you know, like for instance, we had a Q&A not too long ago, all right? And every time a sister asks a question, it's always in regard to what is their role? What is their role? What is their position? All right? We know their position is to have children, right? We know their position is to help the brothers. But what does that mean? What does that actually mean? And that's what I actually want to take the time to actually go into. All right? Let's go to Genesis 26:7 real quick. The Most High loves you guys, my sisters. Right? The Most High love y'all. And we're going to see today how the Most High values you in righteousness. All right? And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about a couple of things. Let's go to Genesis 26. And let's read. Verse 7? Yep.
Genesis 26:7. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife. Lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon.
So this is Isaac and Rebekah. Now the reason why I go here is because oftentimes we know that brothers, we do that work, right? We do that work. And we know that sometimes we have to be as if we don't have a wife. We have to really put that work into where we got to focus in on the Most High. Huh? But now what does that mean? Does that mean that we completely negate them and say, you know what, it's all about the work, and that's it? Nah. Paul said it himself. Look, if you take on a wife, you take on the cares of the world because you have to care for your rib, right? And I'm going here to show this because there has to be a balance, right? And what does it say? Keep reading. Let's see what he said.
Verse 8, And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife.
Now, what does that mean? Isaac was sporting with Rebekah and his wife. Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife, What does that mean? He was sporting. Huh? When you look that up, right, it actually is going into what? He was flirting with his wife. He was playing with her. They was laughing. They was having a good time. It wasn't all. Nah, he was playing with his rib. They was having a good time. They loved each other. And when you look it up, it talks about intimate. I mean, that was intimate. You show love. So it's okay to show love to your rib. And I'm going to show you guys why that's important, because when you actually understand the importance of the woman and why the woman is actually here for the man, right? Which we're going to get that because you guys were created for us. But now, how are you guys supposed to help us? And in what way do we pull the strength from our women? Right? Let's get that. Let's go to real quick. Genesis chapter 2. I'm going to show y'all something today. We're going to get the understanding of what the woman... By show of hands, all my sisters, if you could raise your hand, how many of you guys know why you guys were created? Raise your hand. Who? Let me hear from some sisters. Go ahead. You had your hand up first. Why were you created?
To be a help unto the man. A help me unto the man.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? That's pretty much it. To be the help for the... Now, my next question would be, right? You can give it back to her. I want to hear what she had to say. How does that look?
Being a help me?
How does that look?
Well,
what are you supposed to... And when I say this, it's the reason why I'm saying this, because it's a point that I'm going to make, which you are correct. There's no wrong answer. Okay? There's no wrong answer. But what does that look like?
pretty much building the man up when he needed, like when the brother's going out street preaching, when the man come home, we're supposed to be that rest for him, you know, help them relax from things that they're doing in the, not in the world, but, well, yeah, basically out in the world. So when they come home, we're supposed to be there rest, not having him come home and, you know, worry about things at the house. It's supposed to be like a, I don't know what I'm trying to say, basically like a place to relax, like where all the outside things is no longer a matter. Right, okay, you're right, you're correct. Now, what I want you guys to understand is, do you guys really realize how much you guys really affect us as brothers? You sure you know, do you really realize that? Yeah, I hear it a lot from him. You hear it a lot from your husband? Yeah. From Aaron. I'm talking, I don't quite think you guys really understand. Let me paint a picture for you. Have you ever been, who been to parties in here?
Everybody been to parties in here? Raise your hand if you've been to some parties in here. Why did you go to the parties, brothers? Get a brothers a mic. Why did y'all go to the parties, brothers? Anybody? Come on, y'all scared?
Man, for the girls.
Thank you, yes. Went there for the girls, yeah. Come on, man. Y'all scared? Jake's just in here shaking, boy. Huh? No, I'm talking about in the world. When you went to a party, kickback, whatever you want to call it, what did you go for? Brothers, do not lie. How many of y'all got a haircut and you like that girl at school and you got a haircut and you was in the mirror?
This how you know brothers ain't being honest. Because when you got a term that's already identified for a party that don't have no girls, it's called a what?
What is it called? Y'all every
what?
Y'all
know.
Y'all know what it is.
You go in there, you see nothing but dudes, you like, man, it's a sausage party here. I'm out of here. You already know. Because what you looking for ain't there. You're going to get a couple of drinks and be like, all right, I'm out. Where are the girls at?
Right.
Come on. Y'all know what time it is. You playing. Y'all out here playing.
Stop playing. They ain't here being bashful. It's all right. Just don't be scared. But that's the truth. The reality of it is, you guys don't realize how much you affect us as brothers. When Esau wants to promote something, what does he use? A woman. Why? Why? You guys attract us. But there's a reason for that, though. There's a spiritual reason for that attraction. Right? Now, the key is, when you guys understand that, you can harness that to help your husband be the man that he's supposed to be. But see, before you can do that, you have to be built up to understand that you're important. Because why do we do the work, brothers? We're going to get the precepts right now. But why do we do the work? Why are we soldiers? Anybody? Why do you want to be a soldier, right?
To wake up Israel.
Okay.
To wake up and help my people.
Okay. To wake up Israel. Okay. Anybody else? Why are you a soldier? Why are you a soldier, right?
Because I believe in the New Testament, one of the apostles said we got to endure hardship being a good soldier. We got to be a soldier in that sense, because a lot of things we got to go through, we got to fight through it. Mm-hmm. And basically being a soldier is one that takes orders. We taking orders from Yahweh Shai.
You guys are right, but you're not really hitting the nail on the head in what I'm looking for. And let's be real about it. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead.
Just say, it was preordained by the Most High God.
True. All of that is correct. But y'all missing one key point. The reason why y'all want to be soldiers is because of the reward. Did not the disciples ask him what will be our reward? Do not we always say we got to get the kingdom? One day we're going to be in the kingdom. Don't you feel like you have something to gain? Don't the elders always say what? We building up for Esau, but what about that spiritual money? What about what we building in the spirit? So don't we labor to do what? To seek our rest? So it's cliche to say, yeah, because we got to wake up Israel. But let's be real. We want the reward. The disciples did. Did not the two brothers ask him, can they sit on the right side of Christ? Come on. Y'all not in here because of no reason. Y'all in here because of the what? The promises. So now that's what fuels us as men. We got to start to realize, well, what fuels our sisters? Because if you wake up every day and you don't really understand, like if I ask a sister, what reward does the Heavenly Father have for you? You can cliche say, yeah, you know, the king. But deep in your heart, that's not really talked about. Do the sisters get a reward? Do they have does the Most High care that much about them to honor them and the struggles that they went through as well as men? Yes. Yes. This is a different lesson. I'm going to tell my Hebrew brothers. This is a different lesson. All right. And it's all scriptural, because we have to learn how to get the balance, and we have to give. When you go to work, why do y'all go to work? Who likes to go to work? Raise your hand. Anybody? Who likes? But why do you go to work? For what? The money, the reward. So when you give somebody something to look forward to, they work hard for you, right? We got to give them something to look forward to in this. And it's quite simple. And we're just going to go into it today. So now let's go to Genesis chapter 2, read verse. Let's get a basis. So my sisters, let me show y'all how important you guys are. And show you that the Most High does love you. All right, for all my sisters out there too. All right, and we not no hateful brothers that's just bashing everybody and everything. We love our people and we love our women and our sisters, all right? Let's read that. Genesis chapter 2 and let's read verse 20.
Genesis 2 and 20. And Adam gave name to all cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him.
So Adam at this time didn't have a helpmeet, all right? Pay attention to this. We read this all the time, but we're going to go into it. Read verse 21.
And the Lord Yahweh caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Most High had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man.
All right, so he took the woman from us, and he made man, right? Read on.
And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.
You see that? So she shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Let's read verse 18.
And the Most High said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him.
So it's not good for brothers to be alone. All right. So off top, what is the Most High showing you? What is he showing us? He said, it's not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helpmeet. What is he showing you? That a man is not what? Fully complete until what? Until he gets a sister. That's why he says a man shall leave his mother and father and go to and cleave unto his wife, right? And you do have those special men like Paul that had them special gifts to not be able to have a woman, but that's not for every man. And that's rare. So what is the Most High saying in the creation? He's saying to make my man complete, I have to create him a helpmeet. Right? Did we not read that? But let's read what helpmeet means though. Let's get a definition of what helpmeet means. In the Bible concordance, I got it. It's H5828, all right? So pay attention, my sisters. This is what helpmeet means, and I want y'all to really understand this. It says help or aid, right, from 5826, to surround, i.e. protect or secure. To protect. Do any brother need a woman to protect him in here? Are you sure? Let's be honest. Are we sure? Raise your hand if you need a woman's help in here, brothers. You a lie if you don't raise your hand. Because the Most High said it. Stop playing the games, man. Let's be honest. The Most High said it. Did we just not read it? Did he not say I will make a helpmeet for him? Did we not just look up the word helpmeet? There's all the brothers in here got wives. Why? Except my younger brothers. Why? What made you want that wife? What made you? Now, for the brothers that's not married and holding strong, all praises to you. You brothers are showing you. But every brother in here that got a wife needed a woman. So let's stop playing. Let's stop. So when we read in Genesis, it says that a helpmeet. Now, when you look up the word helpmeet, it means to protect or secure. It also means assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. I'm going to read that one more time. It says assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. So you absolutely were right. You guys have the power to create a sound mind within your husband. Because when it says to secure and to protect, it's not meaning to protect physically, because no man needs a woman to physically protect him. So what is it talking about? Protect how? Mentally. What was the last lesson about, brothers? Not too long ago? About what? The what mind? The subconscious mind, right? Remember we talked about that, right? You had the lesson. Dealing with your inner thoughts, your mind, right? The woman acts as a secondary subconscious mind for you. Don't y'all feel good? Babe, you look nice today. Don't y'all feel good? Brother be strutting and stuff. Let a girl compliment you. Brother's gonna be walking around like, I'm the man. I like you with short, I like you with long hair, I like you with a beard, I like you with this in the world. But the brothers was doing what the woman liked. Let's be honest. We're not talking about, now let me say this. We're not talking about when brothers, we talking about that first beginning, because that's that first perfect love. When you had that first love with a woman, when you first, y'all know them puppy heart and all the brothers that get, the butterflies in the chest. Don't act like y'all ain't got it. Yeah, y'all all like it. Y'all be slobbering at the mouth, drooling, right? But that's for a reason. Because they're supposed to play an important role to our mind, to help us, to strengthen us mentally, all right? So now, in knowing that, right, and knowing that the woman is supposed to help us mentally, right, then what does that mean? That lets you know for surety it had to be bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh. Why? Because the strength of a man, of an Israelite man, has to be matched by the strength of a what? An Israelite woman. You can't be no Israelite man, and it happens today, but it don't work right. Y'all ever seen an Israelite man with a white woman? Don't he turn soft? He wearing thong sandals. He doing yoga. Am I lying? Kanye, how many other examples we got? I mean, look at him. This brother's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But this, you can see that the Most High said, nah, you need bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. Why? Because you need them to be compatible to you. Are Israelite women strong? God. Let's prove it in the scriptures. Y'all not all weak. Let's just get that out. All sisters are not weak. You have some sisters that are wicked, and yes, they are weak, and they need to be rebuked. But I'm talking about the sisters that fear the Most High and that are righteous. You sisters are strong. And I'm going to show you your strength, right? So let's go to Exodus 1:18. Y'all with me? Hey, it get good towards the, hey, it's going to get good. The Most High, all praises to the Most High. He reveals if you seek for it. Let's read Exodus 1:18.
Look at Exodus chapter 1, verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive?
So what was the decree that the Pharaoh had put out for the sisters? What did he say? He said, all the men children, what do? You kill them. And all the women children, what do? You keep them alive. So the servants, Pharaoh was like, what's going on? Y'all supposed to be killing or bringing to judgment the male children. Why have y'all not done that yet? I'm going to tell y'all about the Israelite woman today, right? Because when you see a lion in the jungle can't be with no kitty cat. What do you need? We call ourselves lions, right? Lion tribe of Judah. Lion tribe of Judah, right? Don't we call ourselves that? You can't have no kitty cat. What you got to have at home? A lioness. She got to be strong in the spirit. You know that? How many of y'all agree with that? Right? So the Most High is saying, look, there's a difference between, watch this, read verse 19.
And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively.
The Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. It says because they are lively. What does that mean, lively? Go ahead, Aaron. What you want to say?
They fruitful.
Fruitful? Okay. Lively, fruitful. Okay. You mean that? Anybody else? Lively. What does it mean by lively? Sisters? Want to chime in? Anybody? What, you want to say something? Go ahead. What does he mean by lively?
Lively in the Hebrew from 24:22 means vigorous. Lively, an adjective meaning strong, vigorous.
So what does that mean? That means when they was trying to take the man child, they were like, give me my baby. You ain't taking my child. What you doing? Look out. This is my baby. You ain't taking my baby from me. That's how, were we not like that during slavery times too? Sisters had to be strong, right? Yeah. Some of the greatest men, right, in which we say it all the time, come from who? Sisters, because the mother is who? We say it all the time. The mother is the what? Of the children. The teacher. So why do you think the Most High God says, get bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh? Because if you get a heathen woman to teach your kids, what are they going to teach your kids? That was the whole point, which will bring, meaning he's telling you that the sisters can, single-handedly, they can bring down the nation. The women you pick can bring down your nation. That's why the Most High, he gives you clues on what type of women to pick and what type of women you guys should be to help us build the nation. You understand? So, lively. And when you look up, that's good. And when you look up the definition of vigorous, right, it has strong, healthy, and full of energy. Who got more energy than our Hebrew women? They different. They different. Ain't the same as other nations. What it says, I got some synonyms here. It says robust, healthy, hardy, strong, sturdy, fit, right? All praises to the Most High. Right? Y'all scared. People in LA ain't used to thunder. They be like, people in LA be like, oh shoot, thunder. But nah, so you see that they were strong, right? It also says characterized by or involving physical strength, effort, or energy. What woman is seeing Serena Williams in tennis? They had to go get another Israelite sister to take her down. You know what I'm saying? Our women, just as our men are superior, our women are superior too. We're a superior race. Understand what I'm saying? So when it says lively, it says, man, they were strong. So brothers need a strong, lively woman, right? Let's get, you got something?
No, it was just funny you mentioned that. I remember, I think it was maybe a year ago, Serena Williams wanted to wear some sort of catsuit, jumpsuit or something like that to compete. And I beat him up, was like, no. You can't wear that. Right. Just the intimidation of seeing a sister that has a body as hers, athletic, the dream body that they paying for, they like, no, you're not about to embarrass. You already embarrassed on the court. Now you want to show us physically how you are? They're not having that. You know? And the problem is what the brother's talking about now in regards to the liveliness and why the sisters need to get a true understanding about what that means and get back to the real essence of being lively is that's been turned into ratchet. And sisters go the full length. You see it all the time. Every video, sisters, hey, bitch, they doing all that and fighting in every minute, smoking weed, rolling crack. I mean, they've completely lost their way, and they think that's being lively. We lit, girl. Nah.
Don't forget the slut walk.
Slut walking, you know.
That's why we have to. That's why the lesson is called beauty within, because there's a beauty that the Most High has created to be within you, that is in you and it's lying dormant. And we as Hebrew women and Hebrew men, we have to help each other so we can unlock that within you so that you can begin to move in the way that the Most High wants you to move. Because if not, our nation is not going to grow. Our nation can't grow unless our sisters are 100% behind us and supporting us, because we need you guys, because the Most High said it. Now, I don't think y'all really understood when I said that you guys play as a secondary conscience for men. You guys understand what that means? What is your conscience supposed to do? Correct you. Correct you. What else is it supposed to do? Supposed to warn you. Right? Correct you, warn you. Is that not what your conscience does? Well, let me give you examples of how the sisters actually play as a secondary conscience to a man. Meaning helping you if you might not see something the way that you're supposed to see it. They are there to help you. Let's get it. Let's go to Proverbs 31 real quick and let's read verse 1. Proverbs 31. Now, let me just say this. This is not only just subject to your husband, sisters. This is not only just for your husband. You guys are actually supposed to shape us and help us mentally, even from your sons. Right? Not only just your sons, but we're going to get it in the scriptures where sisters help the nation. You understand what I'm saying? When all the brothers was going off, the Most High had to, what did he have to do? He had to go get a sister. Say, man, go talk. Brothers is, sometimes we get weak and we don't see everything straightly. But see, what we got to do is we got to bring that beauty with that's within you out of you, because your message can be damaged by your actions sometimes. Because you guys might have a lot of good things to tell us, but a man ain't going to want to listen to a woman that he feels is unruly to him. So this is why we have to bring out the beauty out of you. Because if you act according to the scriptures, you can tell a man what he needs to hear, and he's quick to listen to you. Let me tell you something about men. Why can't two lions dwell in the same pride? Because there's only one king to the castle. Right? Two men can't dwell together for too long. After a while, the son got to get out of the dad's house. Right? I got kicked out at 17. Okay? Now, in saying that, that means aggression, and aggression for a man doesn't work. It's kind of like a positive and a positive don't connect, and a negative and a negative don't connect. Well, aggression and aggression for men don't connect. That's why some men, see, we know that. See, women are more fragile, so, you know, we can't be quick to slap women and hit women and stuff like that. But the way that some sisters talk to men, another man could never talk to another man like that. Because they know it's going to be a fight. Now, for my sisters, what you got to understand is there's a way to act to be able to have your voice heard, and the power and the beauty that's within you, and it's shown in the scriptures. So let's read Proverbs 31:1.
Proverbs 31:1, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him.
That his father taught him.
His mother taught him.
That his mother taught him. This is a king. Now, brothers, let's be real. If the women did, because, you know, some brothers, not all, we got to be careful, though. Sometimes we make it seem like the women is not needful. If the woman wasn't needful, why did it say this is a king and his mother taught him? It didn't even say his father. It said his mother taught him. Now, this goes both ways. His mother taught him, but then how was his mother to be able to teach him? Huh? She was one hell of a woman. Let's just be real. And then when you actually read what she said, let's see what she tell him.
Verse 2, what, my son? And what the son of my womb? And what the son of my vows?
It says, what? What the son of my womb? What the son of my vows? Listen to what he said. What she says, read.
Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
She's telling him some good advice. Because cannot women destroy you? That's how powerful you guys are. But see, she was doing what she was supposed to do. Because what was she warning him about? Was she warning him about righteous women? Because what brothers like to do, they take this scripture. See, women in general. See, we ain't supposed to give her. No, brothers, y'all got to think. It's not talking about righteous women. Because if that was the case, why is she a woman telling him something? He should have been like, Mama, stop talking to me. Right? No, she's talking about what kind of women? She's giving him an example of what? Solomon. Giving him an example of who? David. Giving him an example of who? Samson. Those type sisters you stay away from. Sisters like Amber Rose and stuff. You stay away from them sisters. But a righteous woman? No, you cleave unto her. Right? So he says, give not your strength unto women. Right, read?
Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
It says, destroyeth kings. I didn't get that precept, but I'm going to paraphrase. I sent a book in the Apocrypha. I can't find I forgot where it is. But, yeah, basically when they was asking the king, they was asking who's the... 2 Ezra 4. Can you get that for me, y'all? Thank you. Let's get 2 Ezra chapter 4. I got to get this. Because I need y'all to understand something. That sisters got more power than you actually think.
No, it's first. First Ezra 4.
Come on. Brothers can be strong as they want to be. Strong as they want to be. Right? But as soon as you see that brother with his countenance down, hey, Ak, what's wrong? Oh, man, I'm having problems with the rib. You see how y'all affect us? Ruin the whole day. Brothers be going through the whole day. Y'all don't even know. Because when the brother see you, he get back. But the whole day, brother be like, man. Conscience is plagued. That's the wrong way to be, sisters. That's the wrong way to be. Because you're supposed to do what? Build your man. Right? Let's read that real quick. Not that one. It's
I
where
got
they,
the one that you want.
yeah.
All right. First Ezra chapter 4, and we'll start at 1, and then we'll drop down. Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not men excel in strength that bear rule over sea and land and all things in them? But yet the king is more mighty, for he is Lord of all these things, and hath dominion over them. And whatsoever he commandeth them, they do. If he bid them make war the one against the other, they do it. If he send them out against the enemies, they go, and break down mountains, walls, and towers.
So who controls the world? Man. What? This is a man's world. Y'all know that? I can't sing, but y'all know what I'm saying. This is a man's world, you know? Right? Let's keep reading.
Likewise, for those that are no soldiers, verse 5, they slay and are slain and transgress not the king's commandment. If they get the victory, they bring all to the king, as well the spoil as all things else. Likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but use husbandry, when they have reaped again that which they had sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king.
Right, so we know the king got power. Let's skip down and let's go to verse
13.
Yeah.
Verse 13, then the third who had spoken of women.
So basically, just to paraphrase for a second time, because I got a lot of precepts I want to get to, they were trying to see what is the most powerful? Is it wine? Is it the king? You know, and they were all talking about this, right? And they got to one situation where Ezra says it's the woman, right? And what did he say, Reed?
Then the third who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them?
So he said, man, it's not the great king that they talked about, nor the multitude of men, meaning having a large army. It says, neither is it wine. None of these things is really where the real power is. But what did he say, Reed?
Are they not women? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land.
He said, it's not the women. Ain't the women more powerful than all of those things? He said, it's the woman. How so, Reed?
Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh.
He said it would be no vineyards if you didn't have a woman to nourish them and plant them up and teach them how to do it. It would be no men in the army, strong brothers, if it wasn't the woman that was putting that strongness and hardness in the man, like in Proverbs 31. Because who are the first teachers? The wife, the woman. She teaches. The man teach. But the woman is primarily supposed to raise the children up. And we're going to get this understanding, right, Reed?
These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yea. And
so did the scripture just say without women the man can't be? Don't we need women to have men? Yeah, we do. Right, Reed?
Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?
Man, if you let a beautiful woman with the right words come by, any Jake will be swayed. You got Jakes that's not in the truth because a woman said, I'm going to leave you. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and sit this one out, y'all. For real. Yes, real. Read on.
Verse 19, and letting all those things go, do they not gape? And even with open mouth, fix their eyes fast on her. And
dang. Brothers be on post.
God gave me their mouth dropped open.
brothers be on post like. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Let's stop playing. Did not the scripture say it? Brothers about to wreck their car, they see a beautiful woman. Right? Read on.
And letting all these things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. But this also ye must know, that when women have dominion over you, do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?
You see that? So you got to be careful, brothers, because not every woman is good for you. And they can take you down. But then a woman can be beneficial to you and help you and build you up and strengthen you as we're seeing in what? Proverbs what? 31. Because the woman is telling her son how to be what? How to be a man and not give himself, like this scripture is saying. So obviously the sister was learned. Sister was learned. Right, let's go back to Proverbs 31. And then let's pick up at verse 3.
Verse 3, Proverbs 31 and 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink. Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto them that are ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy.
You see that? So she's telling him some wise sayings. Now, my sisters, what the scriptures say about drinking. It's okay to drink, but you think she would have been able to give him this advice if she was a drunkard? You think she'll be able to give him this advice if she was an unruly sister? Huh. She knew the law. She knew the scriptures. And read verse 10. It's the last verse.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
So now she's going to go into the virtuous woman, whose price is far above rubies. That means all the money in the world does not go hand in hand with a sister. And this is the problem with today, because, you know, it's okay for us to be strong, but we got to acknowledge that a strong woman, who birthed Yahushua? We're going to get the scriptures. Had to be. You think Mary was a regular sister? You crazy if you thought that. Right? She was special. And this is what the sisters have. You guys have that ability to bring that out. But now you have to be able to fight the enemy to bring that out, to be able to assist the brothers. I'm telling you, who want to lead us? Who want the kingdom? Well, the faster we can build our families and build our homes and be on one accord, and the sisters strengthen us and we strengthen you guys, we out of here. But as long as we fall into the anything he can do, I can do better, or we fall into the male chauvinistic way, we're never going to find the completeness of union that the Most High wants us to be. We got to learn how to do that. We got to learn how to come out of what Esau has taught us to be. Let's get 1 Samuel 25 and 35. Let's get another example of how the sister can play the role as another man, as a man's conscience to help him. 1 Samuel 25. So this is beauty within. So deep within every sister is this ability to do this. Yeah, 25:35, yep.
1 Samuel 25, verse 35. So David received of her hand that which she had brought him, and said unto her, Go up in peace to thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice, and have accepted thy person. And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house.
Let's read, actually, let's go up, I'm sorry, and let's start at verse... so we can get to the point. 21. Let's start at verse 21. So this is, who read the story of Abigail? Anybody? Everybody in here? Did you really understand that story? Did you get that story? How many sisters? How many of y'all read the story of Abigail? Raise your hand. No? Okay, we're gonna read the story of Abigail. I need y'all to go back and read 1 Samuel though. 1 Samuel 25. So basically the story of Abigail is of a sister who had a husband, right? His name was Nabal. And he was a wicked man. He wasn't a righteous man. David's men did kindly to Nabal's servants. But when they went to get repaid for the kind deed that they did, Nabal shunned them away. And basically was like, man, who was David? I don't care about David. So King David at the time, which was a killer. All right, David was a killer. All right, if y'all don't know about David, go read about him. He was a killer. He's like, I'm about to go kill everything he has. I'm about to go destroy him and everything he owned. From his cattle to his, everything is done. He got his army together, he got his, and everything. So he was on his way to go do this deed. Now, when Abigail heard what was going on from Nabal's servants, Abigail knew She was like, my husband is a fool. Now, this doesn't mean that Abigail went to her husband and called him a fool, but she knew he was a fool. And she knew he was foolish. Now, this is how good Abigail is, because Abigail could have been like, come on, y'all, we out of here. Before David get here, we out of here. We let him die. Nah, but Abigail didn't do that. She knew, and this is the perfectness of the perfect beauty in the sister. That if you can bring this out, it's nothing better than you in the world. So she went to stop David instead of fleeing, looking out for herself, saying, F that nigga. Fuck that nigga, I'm out of here. Nah, she went, she said, I'm going to go and I'm going to confront David. And this is what she did when she confronted David. So let's read 20. Let's start 20.
Verse 20. And it was so, as she rode on the ass, that she came down by the covert of the hill, and behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. Okay, so David, now, she has no idea how David is. She has no idea what type of mood none of that. For all she know, he could have slayed her right there. But she still was like, let me go meet this brother, right? Now, what did she do? Read. Verse 21. Now David had said, surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him. And he hath requited me evil for good. So, you know, David within this, he like, man, this dude, I can't believe this dude. Man, I helped him out. Man, I can't wait till I see this dude. I'm about to take him out. You right? Read. So, and more also do the Most High unto the enemies of David. If I leave of all that pertain to him by the morning light, any that pisseth against the wall. He said, look, anybody that mess with the Most High, man, mess with me has been of the Most High, and is of the enemy of David, is of the enemy of God. So I'm going to destroy everything he have till morning. And ain't nothing going to remain over, right? We don't? It's cool how he even put, he said, man, if they piss against the wall, they as good as dead. But I saw you slang in the Bible. You talking about somebody pissing. He's like, man, if they pee against the wall. And he was mad. In other words, if they was men, they was getting put to death. That's it. But the way David said it with some slang, like, man, like the Most High do my enemies, he's like, if they piss against the wall, they all dead. I'm killing every single thing in sight, right? Read on. Verse 23, and when Abigail saw David, and she hasted and lighted off the ass, and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground. Now, I need y'all to pay attention to this, because this is real important in what she told David. So she seen him. It says she hasted, meaning she ran to David. Got off, boom. Was in front of him. What did she say? Read. And fell at his feet and said, upon me, my Lord, upon me let this iniquity be. And let thine handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid. What type of woman do you have to be? And what type of, not even a woman, but just in what type of mindset do you have to know that somebody is wicked and still say, you know what? Let this part fall on me. This unjustly deed. Let this fall on me. But there was two sides to this, because she was doing something. Because everybody probably thinking, yeah, she was saving the ball. But she actually was saving David. And I'm going to show you how, right? Read on. Let not my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal. For as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. But I, thy handmaid, saw not the young men of my Lord, whom thou didst send. She said, look, he's a foolish man. We know that, right? Read on. Now therefore, my Lord, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, seeing the Lord hath withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thine own hand, now let thine enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. So she's saying, look, we know that you come in to avenge yourself, right? Right? And you come in to shed blood. But she's saying, and let all your enemies, and she's agreeing, let all your enemies be like Nabal, right? So but what does she say in verse 27? Read on. And now this blessing which thine handmaid hath brought unto my Lord, let it even be given unto the young men that follow my Lord. I pray thee, forgive the trespass of thine handmaid, for the Lord will certainly make my Lord a sure house, because my Lord fighteth the battles of the Lord, and evil hath not been found in thee all thy days. You see that? Because if David was to go to destroy him, right, what is she telling him? Look, in which we going to get it. She was saving him from a trespass. She was saving him.
So not only did she help Nabal, she was helping David to be blameless in his ways. Now, let's keep reading. We'll see. Read verse 29.
Yet a man is risen to pursue thee, and to seek thy soul. But the soul of my Lord shall be bound in the bundle of life with the Most High thy power. And the souls of thine enemies, them shall he sling out, as out of the middle of a sling. And it shall come to pass, when the Lord shall have done to my Lord, according to all the good that he hath spoken concerning thee, and shall have appointed thee ruler over Israel.
Now, was David king over Israel at this time? Brothers? No. So, what was she speaking? Prophecy. I don't think y'all understand what I'm telling y'all. She was acting as a prophet to this brother. In humility. She was like, look, you're gonna be king one day. You're going to be the king of Israel. That's going to be you. But what did she say? Read verse 31.
That this shall be no grief unto thee, nor offense of heart unto my Lord. Either that thou hast shed blood, causest, or that my Lord hath avenged himself. But when the Most High shall have dealt well with my Lord, then remember thine handmaid.
See, so she told him, she knew. She said, look, you're going to be king, and you're going to be innocent of shedding innocent blood, right? Because Nabal was wicked, but Nabal's servants didn't do anything. So she was saving him. And then she said, and when you become king, make sure you come back for me. What was she speaking? That was prophecy. So now David could have been, you a woman, get out my way. How many Jakes would have failed for that? You can't tell me nothing, you a woman. Get out of here. Is that what David did? David was the most manliest man in the Bible. I know brothers got to be manly, strong. David was more manlier than everybody in here. And even he hearkened unto a sister's word. That was righteous. Because what did David say? Read verse 32.
And David said to Abigail, blessed be the Most High, power of Israel, which sent thee this day to meet me. And blessed be thy advice, and blessed be thou, which hast kept me this day from coming to shed blood, and from avenging myself with mine own hand.
You see that? She helped him. He said, thank you. I wasn't in my right mind. I was about to massacre everything this dude had. I wasn't thinking straight. You helped me realign my thoughts. She acted as a what? A secondary what? Conscience. She helped David. And then after that, gave a prophecy. But see, now here's the thing, sisters. Did she say, did she go to Nabal, cuss Nabal out? Flip tables over? Did she go to David and say, you better not do nothing to my husband? Did she do that? This is the power. That's the power I'm telling y'all. Because would that have worked? She would have got slain where she stood. Am I lying? But she knew the beauty within herself to say, I'm going to come. Because what do women have that their bodies produce at a higher level than our bodies? Estrogen. And what is estrogen meant to do? It's meant to make you more feminine. Your nature is to be feminine. You ain't supposed to be eyeballing a man in his face trying to square up with. That is not how the Most High created you. And you're not going to get far. But if you want something and you see something and it needs to be something that needs to be corrected in the spirit, what do you have to come? In the spirit of what? Humility. The Most High said is in weakness I am made what? Strong. Don't listen to what Esau told you. Anything you can do, I can do better. No, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Nah, that's the wrong thing you should listen to. You come in humility and you understand your purpose in the way the Most High created you. You can help these brothers. You can help these brothers. Long story short, Abigail went back to her husband. Read the story, sisters, brothers too. Abigail went back to her husband, told her husband what was to happen, and what happened to him. He died on the spot. And exactly everything that she said, which was prophecy, came to pass. He came back, and guess what? She got her a good man. Who wouldn't want to be the wife of David at that time? Y'all got to read about David. Y'all ain't read about David yet. She was blessed. The Most High blessed her, but did he bless her because of her unruliness or her humility? That's the beauty that you got. Sometimes men, we have a hard time doing that. It's harder for us sometimes. In some aspects, when we see something, we mad at something, sometimes we need a sister to be like, I'll say it for myself. You know, at times, my wife didn't, Rata, you need to calm down. Nah, because that wasn't right. And then, nah, Rata, you know, you should calm down. And that's beautiful. And that's beautiful. But now, when you going head to head and trying, that doesn't work. The beauty is when you become humble and in humility, and then you can save some brothers' lives in here. Being real, including your kids, because we're going to talk about the children next. We always talk about it, but we got to talk. We really want to get an understanding of it. So now let's get from there. Let's go to Genesis chapter 21, verse 9. Is a brother weak because he listened to his wife? Negative, right? But that's the misconception that's put out there. That brother weak. He listened to his wife. Did Abraham listen to his wife? When? Let's read it. Let's read what it says. Let's read that. Genesis 21 and 9.
Genesis 21, verse 9, and Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son. For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
So she said, hey, Abraham, you need to get rid of that woman and her kid. You need to get rid of that. That's not, he can't have no inheritance with mine. And what did I tell y'all? Y'all act as a what? A secondary conscience for the brothers. So let me prove the point of when you guys tell us something, sometimes we can be sad and y'all might not know it. Let's read.
Verse 11, and the thing which was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
It says he was grievous. Did the Most High say anything to Abraham at this point yet? No. It was his wife and he was grievous. My wife telling me to get rid of Hagar. Dang. I love my son Ishmael. I mean, she told him to get rid of his son. How many of y'all gonna listen if y'all wives tell y'all to get rid of your son? Ain't no Jake in here gonna listen to that. But what did the Most High say do? Read. What's this?
And the Most High said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad.
He said, man, don't let that be. Bro, listen to your wife. Now, if the woman was just completely nothing, right? Why did the Most High tell Abraham, you listen to your wife? Did Abraham listen to his wife? Are you less of a man because you listen to your wife? There may be times where we're not talking about wickedness. Get that out your mind. We're dealing with righteous women. Sometimes the righteous women get cast in there with the wicked women when we were rebuking sometimes. We can't forget the righteous sisters because we still got righteous sisters amongst Israel. Just like we got righteous brothers, right? So we got to talk to the righteous sisters sometimes. Sometimes when a righteous woman has something to say to you, we get on the wicked women so much, we'll be like, man, nah, I don't have to listen to you because you're a woman. But that's not the right way to be. Sometimes you got to take heed when it's scriptural. You know what? I don't think, watch, I'm going to give you our example. Right? Let's be real. Is it lawful, or not lawful, but is the Sabbath a sacred holy day of the Most High? Are we supposed to have intercourse on the Sabbath? So I'm going to give you our example. Brothers is burning. Man, I'm ready to, I want to lay with my wife. Woman like, you know what? I'm going to give you just an example. You know what? I don't think we should do it on the Sabbath. What you mean you don't think we should do it on the Sabbath? No, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel like we should. See, you abstaining from me. The scriptures say that you're not supposed to abstain from me, and I'm your husband, and I'm this and that and this and that. But would the sister be spiritually right in that matter? That's the example. I'm giving y'all an example of how a righteous woman could help you. Because it's not the Sabbath, the holy day. Is she wrong for that? And does not the scripture say, don't forsake yourself to get the gathering of together, except if you're separate in the way going towards the Most High? You're fasting or something like that, right? Most High Sabbath day, right? So that could be a scenario of how a sister can actually help you. Or if a brother needs a hard decision, you know what? I don't know. A sister could be good in finance. You got to learn how to use your helpmeet. Because that's what she is, right? Sister might be good in finance. You know what, babe? You should actually listen to me because my mother actually, when I was young, she really helped, like taught me finances. No, I'm in charge of the money. I'm in charge of it all. I'm doing it. And guess what happens? Sometimes you can lead your own house to destruction because your wife is like, I love you, babe, but I'm a better organizer. You should let me deal with the money. You should let me organize it for you. That doesn't mean I'm controlling it. I'm just organizing it for you. Let me help you. You keeping me from my job. My job is to be a helpmeet. But sometimes brothers got pride and we can't see that sometimes. And then sometimes sister's attitude keeps us from seeing that. So you see how we got to work together now? So that we can grow? And then he got rid of it. So let's go from there. So you see that Abraham listened to his wife. He had to. Let's go to Genesis 25 and 22. Let's get another example of that. How the sisters can help you.
Genesis 25, verse 22. Mm-hmm. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Most High.
So what is this? This is dealing with the birth of who? Esau and Jacob. So the Most High was like, I'm going to tell you why you're struggling with your pregnancy, right? She was like, why am I struggling? I'm going to go to the father and I'm going to inquire why am I struggling, right? So the father said, okay, I'm going to tell you why. Read, what did he tell her?
And the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger.
So this is a prophecy that the Most High gave to his wife. To Isaac's wife. So now the question would be, was Isaac there? I'm asking brothers, was Isaac right there present when the Most High revealed this to her? How do y'all know that? How do y'all know that? Because he was ready to give Esau the blessing. Now, Isaac is a strong man of God, right? But Isaac couldn't see clearly who Esau was because of his love for Esau. Right? Isaac was about to hand Esau something. I want y'all to really understand this. Can y'all imagine Esau with the blessing, eternal life? What kind of wickedness he gonna conjure up? Think about it. But Isaac was about to give it to him. Isaac couldn't see. Isaac was blind. He didn't. I love Esau, my son. If y'all go back in time and was to tell Isaac, hey, Esau a devil, he probably would have slapped you. Am I lying? He probably would have been like, man, if you don't get out my face, Esau, my son, my favorite son. You know how y'all hate Esau. Isaac didn't hate Esau. Isaac didn't hate Esau. But what did Isaac need to keep him from making a mistake? He needed a woman. Right? Am I lying? Let's read it. Let's go down and let's read verse 28.
Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob.
So why did Rebekah love Jacob? Because Rebekah knew that prophecy that was given to her. But Isaac, he loved Esau. Now let's go to Genesis 27 and 3. Watch this.
Genesis 27, verse 3.
Isaac almost fumbled it. Let's see.
Now therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison.
So did not Isaac almost fumble it? So what does this mean to say? Like, what is this? This goes to show you also, too, because what was Esau? He was a wild man, right? He was a wild man. He was unruly. He eat blood, all of that, right? Isaac knew the law, right? Isaac didn't know his son was doing this? That means Esau was probably switching up in front of his daddy. Probably wasn't showing Esau he probably wasn't showing Isaac what he would show Jacob. Because you think Esau would ever told his dad, This birthright here, what does this birthright mean to me? You think Esau would have told his dad that? Nah, because he was crying boo-hooing when he didn't get it. So I'm saying that to say Rebecca knew her kids better than who? Isaac. She knew her kids better than Isaac. She knew, oh, hell no, we can't let him get the birthright. Hell no. Even so much to where she conspired against her husband for the greater good of what? Israel. Let's see it. Read.
Verse 4. And make me savory meat, which as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
So this is what Isaac told Esau to do. Now read verse 5.
And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying.
So Rebekah was like this. Jacob, come here, boy. I heard your daddy about to do something. He about to get a birthright. Look, listen to me. I need you to listen to me right now. Y'all know how this is. Come on, let's stop playing. We just seen slang in the Bible, didn't we?
Right.
Then we see, come here, boy. Now let me tell you what to do. Right? Now let's see what she did. Read.
Verse 7. Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Most High before my death.
Right.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee.
He said, now listen to me, boy. Listen to me. Listen to me good. Read.
Go now to the flock.
He said, go to the flock. Read.
And fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth.
So did not she know her husband? She know exactly what her husband like. He said, I'm gonna make that good stuff he like. While Esau in there hunting, I'm gonna make that good stuff he like, right? And then what'd she say?
And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death.
She said, now you're gonna bring it to me, and your father's gonna eat, and you're gonna take that blessing. Now watch what Jacob said, because now Jacob was a strong brother, right? Didn't he wrestle with an angel? Didn't he? What does Israel mean? Yasharallah. Prince of power. So what was our forefather Israel? He was a power. He was powerful. He was strong. He was a prince. But at this point, he was weak. Because what did he say? Read.
Now, just off subject, but just remember, keep this as a precept too, because it lets you know Esau then up until now loves to kill. Because they had meat available. Calm. Rebecca said, go out there to the stall and get one of them things. Isaac knew. He said, Esau, I know you love to kill. You go out there and hunt. Do what you love to do. Do what you do best. Go out there and hunt and go get that venison and bring it back. So I'll let you know, to this day, that spirit ain't changed.
Calm. And then can you imagine this man with the birthright? Negative. Now read verse 11. Watch this.
Verse 11, and Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man.
So Jacob like, Mama, but Esau hairy though. Right, read.
And I am a smooth man.
He said, I'm a smooth man. Esau hairy, right, read.
My father peradventure will feel me.
He said, my daddy gonna feel me. Right, read.
And I shall seem to him as a deceiver. And I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing.
He said, Mama, I don't know, because dad gonna feel me. He gonna find out it's me, and then I'm gonna seem like a deceiver, and he gonna curse me. He was scared. Was he not scared? You know what she said? Boy, shut up. I'm gonna deal with it. Don't worry about that. Do what I said do. What did she say, read?
And my father verse 13. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me.
He said, look, I'll take the curse. Don't worry about it. She wasn't afraid. Was it strength in the woman? Was it weakness in the brother? It was. And did he need his mother? And did Isaac need his wife? We needed the sister in the equation, because if that didn't happen, would Israel be sitting in this room? No. And who knows where the earth would be? See that? So this is a man's world, right? But it'd be nothing without who? Woman. We need that. But now we got to unlock it within y'all, because did she bust up in Isaac's chamber? Isaac, you better not give him that birth. Did she do that? Are you stupid? Did she do any of that to him? She knew she wasn't going to get far with that. Ain't no woman gonna get far with that. You ain't gonna get your way with your man at all. At all. Your man come home from work, you massage his back, got his food ready, got the game on. And you know what, babe? Don't worry about nothing. I want you to just relax. He'll do whatever you want, he'll do it. Am I lying, brothers? Am I lying? All that Jake want to do is be taken care of. That's it. And guess what? Sisters be able to talk to their husband, and he'll be open to listen. But now when you going in storming, and it ain't gonna work, because men is men. You're not gonna fight a man's battle and win. But the beauty is to understand the commandments of the Most High and to love your husband. Then you will be able to, like I said, to what? Save his life one day, probably. You never know what the Most High will use you to do. Let's get some more real quick. Let's get Judith chapter 8. Whoever read that, Judith, the book of Judith. Anybody ever read that? It's a good book, huh? Let's read about your y'all foremothers was beautiful and they were strong. Let's read Judith 8 and 8 and 1.
Book of Judith, chapter 8, verse 1. Now at that time Judith heard thereof, which was the daughter of Merari, the son of Ox, the son of Joseph, the son of Oziel, the son of Elicia, the son of Ananias, the son of Gideon, the son of Raphaim, the son of Achito, the son of Elihu, the son of Eliab, the son of Nathaniel, the son of Samiel, the son of Salasadai, the son of Israel. And Manasseh was her husband, of her tribe and kindred, who died in the barley harvest.
So she had a husband, and her husband died, read.
For as he stood overseeing them that bound sheaves in the field, the heat came upon his head, and he fell on his bed, and died in the city of Bethulia. And they buried him with his fathers in the field between Dothaim and Balamo.
So off top, this is a strong sister because she witnessed her husband die. She witnessed her husband die. Now watch what happens, read.
So Judith was a widow in her house 3 years and 4 months.
She was a widow, right, read.
And she made her a tent upon the top of her house, and put on sackcloth upon her loins, and wear her widow's apparel.
So she wasn't looking for no man. She was like, I'm good. I'm a widow. I love my husband. He died, and I'm not getting remarried. I'm good, right? Read on.
And she fasted all the days of her widowhood.
And she fasted, read.
Save the eves of the Sabbaths, and the Sabbaths, and the eves of the new moons, and the new moons, and the feasts, and the solemn days of the house of Israel.
Then y'all know that she fasted except for those feast days. So when the feast days came is when she ate. But other than that, she was fasting. How connected was she to the Most High? Brothers can't even fast a day. She was fasting continually except the Sabbaths, which would be tonight, and the new moons, right? She was a strong sister. Let's keep reading.
She was also of a good countenance, and very beautiful to behold. And her husband, Manasseh, had left her gold and silver, and men servants and maid servants, and cattle and lands, and she remained upon them. And there was none that gave her an ill word, for she feared the Most High greatly. She
feared the Most High so much that nobody could say an evil name to the sister. And so much that her husband loved her so much, he left everything to her. He was like, look, you got everything. You got everything I had, you got. So she had wealth. She had all of that, but she feared the Most High. Did the Most High bless her? Yeah, she was blessed, right? Let's read on.
And now when she heard the evil words of the people against the governor, that they fainted for lack of water. For Judith had heard all the words that Ozias had spoken unto them, and that he had sworn to deliver the city unto the Assyrians after 5 days.
So the men of Israel was ready to give up the city. Ain't that something? The strong Hebrew brothers was ready to give up for lack of water. You think she was tripping off of water as much she fasted? She wasn't even tripping. And she was like, man, they about to give up the city. We was ready to give up the city, right? Read.
Verse 9. No, excuse me, verse 10. Then she went her waiting woman that had the government of all things that she had, to call Ozias and Shabris and Sharmis, the ancients of the city.
Now, she called the ancients of the city. These was leaders, top leaders. And she called them and they came. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? That's like one of these sisters, Rashaf, Iqua, Ra'an. I need y'all to come over here right now. Brother's like, we about to go see this sister real quick. Now, did the brother say, that's a woman, we ain't going to go talk to her, she wicked and all evil come from her? Did they say that? What did they do? Let's read.
And they came unto her, and she said unto them, hear me now, O ye governors of the inhabitants of Bethulia.
Now she's like, look, y'all listen to me. Let me tell y'all something. Read.
For your words that ye have spoken before the people this day are not right.
He said, look, she rebuked them. Now, did she cuss them out, throw stuff at them, kick them? No. She simply told them, look, what y'all doing is not right. What y'all doing is not right. Now, I got to let y'all know. Read.
Touching this oath which ye made and pronounced between the Most High and you, and have promised to deliver the city to our enemies, unless within these days the Lord turn to help you.
She said, the Most High probably will help you in a couple of days. You don't know what the Most High going to do, but the weakness of their heart couldn't see that because they fainted. So she showed strength in two ways. She showed wisdom, and she showed a spiritual strength because she wasn't tripping off of water or nothing like that. Brothers was thirsty, hungry, and they was about to give up the city, and she had to come and help brothers, right, Reed?
And now, who are ye that have tempted the Most High this day, and stand instead of the Most High among the children of men?
She said, man, y'all tempting the Most High, Reed.
And now, try the Lord Almighty, but ye shall never know anything. For ye cannot find the depth of the heart of man, neither can ye perceive the things that he thinketh. Then how can ye search out the Most High, that hath made all these things, and know his mind, or comprehend his purpose?
If a woman said this to brothers today, they'd probably be like, you been headstrong. She was telling the brothers, like, look, y'all seriously are tripping. Y'all going down a path that y'all shouldn't go. Y'all about to give up the city to the enemy? And the brothers had to do what? They hearkened unto her voice. And didn't she deliver all of Israel? That one sister delivered Israel. Did she show any fear? She went into the camp of the enemy. Y'all gotta read that story if y'all ain't read that. She walked into the camp of the city. It was so beautiful. Everybody was gazing at her like, hold on, who is this? And she did what she had to do for the nation of Israel. Now the question would be, as far as us as being brothers, how could we receive that spiritual help if we don't understand the blessing that the Most High has placed within our sisters? And how could we receive that from you if the sisters is not acting rudely? We can't, because sometimes I get it. Sometimes sisters might be, I'm not saying in all cases, but sometimes sisters might be frustrated with something that a brother is doing that's not necessarily right with the Most High, and she can't convey it. So the only way she can convey it is by getting mad and emotional. And I know that to be true for my own self. Sometimes that happens. But what you guys got to understand is y'all got to harbor that energy. Y'all got to say, you know what, gird yourself up like a man. You know, we're going to read it in Maccabees chapter 7, 2 Maccabees chapter 7. The sister and her sons, how she had to gird herself up. Sometimes y'all have to gird yourself up and not get emotional so that you can be able to convey the message to the brother to understand it. In some cases, dealing with the sisters that are righteous and have virtue, you got to be able to do that and not be upset. And brothers have to be humble enough to say, you know what, my wife is giving me some wise counsel. I should listen. Because did not the great man of the Bible listen? So how much better are you than Abraham? And how much better are you than Isaac? Because the question would be, did Isaac find out that she helped his, did Isaac find out that she helped Jacob? Yes, he did. Because he told Esau, your brother has wrought this great thing against you. He knew. He found out. He knew what happened. But it was the will of the Most High God, and he had to understand that. And guess what? He had to see that, you know, Esau is completely trash. You cannot give him that. Same way, you might need help from your spouse that's being righteous and showing patterns of good works. Right? Let's keep reading. Let's go from there, though. Let's read... Now, this is another thing that I want to get. Now, do sisters see that? Sisters understand what I'm telling them? Do brothers understand what I'm telling them? All right? They help as a method to help us in being a secondary scriptures say a tower against death to her husband. What does that mean, a tower against death? Meaning that a woman can help us to overcome wicked deeds that we might have and we might go through. But now, there's another thing that I want to touch on, and this would be only a couple more scriptures. I don't want to keep y'all too long, but this is something else that I want to touch on. I want to touch on the woman's womb. Because now, how many of you guys know, as far as the woman, how important your womb is? How important is it? The women. How important is your womb? Yeah, by show of hands, how many of y'all know how important your womb is? I'm scared.
About my womb.
It's all right. It's the truth. But it's more important than you actually realize. What is the woman's, brothers? Y'all might be able to answer this. What is the woman's womb compared to in the scriptures? Huh?
Well, the process of being.
Okay. Not too bad.
They bring forth kings.
They do. That's why I said that's not wrong. But it's compared to the earth. Okay? The scriptures compare your bodies, your womb, as being like the earth. Now, how important is the earth to us? Let's get the scriptures. Let's go to the first scripture I want is, let's go to Luke 1:30 real quick. Let me show y'all how blessed a righteous woman and how important a righteous woman's womb is. That's why, brothers, y'all got to get a righteous woman to put your seed in her womb. Because it's important for your generation. Because if you impregnate an unruly woman, you got problems. You got problems. That's why you got to choose wisely. I'm going to show you something. Let's go to Luke 1:30.
Book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 30. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with the Most High.
This is Mary, right? Now, how blessed did her womb have to be to hold the Son of God? So, how was her temple? Her temple had to be on point. Because wasn't Yahweh Shai, did he have any blemish? Did he have any, wasn't he perfect in his ways, in his dealings? So, how was her to hold that type of energy, right? How must her womb had to been? Can y'all understand that? Let's read. Read on, 31.
Verse 30. And the angel said unto her, Fear not thou, Mary, for thou hast found favor with the Most High. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai.
He said, you will conceive in your womb. So when you see these great men, right? Because the spirit is within the brothers. We have the seed, right? But we got to plant our seed in some good soil. Are you understanding what I'm saying? We got to plant the seed in some good soil. Because now what happens when you plant seed in some bad soil? It won't grow. I don't think y'all really understanding what I'm saying. And I really want y'all to understand, even for my sisters, how important your womb is, how important your temple is. When Samson, when the angel went to Samson's mother, right? And he had took the vow of the Nazarite, what did he tell his mother before he was born? She had to, in like manner, do that. She couldn't eat nothing of grapes. None of that. What is that showing you? That her womb had to be made ready for Samson. To be able to what? Grow the brother for him to be the way that he needed to be. Because how do you know a good seed is this gonna be a good apple tree? I know. Because the soil is rich. I know this gonna be a good. It's not the seed. The seed is the seed. It's gonna do what it does. You need that good soil. Right, Mr. Benson? You need that good soil. Right? But let's go to Luke. And let's read chapter 1 still, and let's read verse 41. Watch this.
Verse 41. And it came to pass that when Elizabeth heard the salutation of Mary, the babe leaped in her womb.
Now watch this. The babe that was in Elizabeth, right? Which is, who is this baby? This is John the Baptist. John the Baptist was rejoicing in Elizabeth's womb. Y'all not hearing what I'm telling y'all right now. What does that mean? That means that John the Baptist could feel the excitement that his mother felt. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying, do y'all? That means that the baby that's within your womb, whatever energy that you harbor goes into the child. Why do you think a lot of women lose their children? Stress. Sometimes brothers, unknowingly, we put that stress on sisters sometimes that we don't have to put on them. And sometimes they put it on themselves. If you're a husband, we talk about husbandry, right? Because I want to say that all the time. Husbandry. Don't he always say that? What is husbandry? Dealing with the word husband. Husbandry is dealing with what? Soil, ground, right? Planting, right? If we take that same concept and deal it with our women, if we're husbandmen, what are we supposed to do to them? Make sure the soil good. We got to make sure the soil was good to house the seed. And if we ain't making sure the soil was good to house the seed, what is the seed going to do? It's going to die. You see that? That's why your womb is important. Because not only that, and we're going to read something, if I got time, that the energy that you guys have, it affects the child when the child is born. Stress in the pregnancy is linked to ADHD. It's linked to all type of ailments. And it's linked to behavioral problems in the child. That's all coming from y'all. So when a woman is pregnant, you got to be careful with the energy that you put into your child. But let's get it. So let's keep reading though. Read.
Verse 41.
And we're going to read 41, 42.
And it came to pass that when Elizabeth heard the salutation of Mary, the babe leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit.
See, Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. Did that baby feel that? What is the Holy Spirit? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I mean, the child was getting all of that. Why do you think John was such a boss? Y'all got to understand this. We say it all the time, but do we really understand it, though? Do we really understand what the Most High God is saying? Right? Let's read verse 42.
And she spake out with a loud voice and said, Blessed art thou among women.
Now, now look, women, you guys are blessed too. Most High said, blessed is the sister among women. So that means righteous women. Do you guys get a blessing as well? Yes, you do. We're not the only ones that's going to be getting blessings and y'all going to be pushed to the wayside in the kingdom. You don't think Mary is going to be blessed? She held Christ. You don't think the mother of Elijah is going to be blessed? You don't think the mother of Isaiah and Jeremiah and all these prophets are going to be blessed? That's why you got to be careful how you act with your seed, because you don't know what these men are going to be. And you don't know what these women are going to be, because like I look at my daughters, I'm trying to get them ready to cultivate the next generation of seed. See, it's a bad thing in this generation. Don't have no baby. Oh, you 25, girl. You young. Don't have no baby. I can't let my body. No. That's what your body was created for. To hold children. Every other nation know that, except Americanized people. See, Western mind will F you up. The Western civilization is trash. Western culture is trash. See, they get it in the Middle East. They get it. They slaves. Y'all don't understand. We need to liberate them. You're going to liberate a sister that's chilling. She wouldn't have known nothing if you wouldn't have told her she could be free from and walk around and look a man in the eyes and slap a man if she wanted to. She wouldn't know. They was happy over there until America went over there and started doing stuff. See that? And then they paint we don't know what's going on in the Middle East, but they paint a bad picture. All we know is, yeah, they hate their women over there. Just like they say about the Hebrews, they hate their women. Is that true, brothers? You don't understand the power of modesty. Women control all type of corporations. Most men own corporations. If a wise woman is behind that man, she own it. Because he going to sit, when he done having that business meeting, who he going to lay next to in the bed? Babe, how was your day today? You know what, man, I'm stuck, man. I was counseling all day with the brothers of the marketing decision that we got to make, and I don't know what to do. Well, what's going on? You know, because we got to do this, that, this, and we don't know which direction. You know what, babe? I think you should do this. You know what? Thank you. I am going to do that. Does that not happen? See, y'all got to understand this. That they help us, right? It says blessed. So I want y'all to follow me here. So the woman's womb is like what? It's like the earth. Let's get that, though. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. Actually, before we get that, let's read verse 48 in Luke real quick.
Verse 48. For he hath regarded the low estate of his handmaiden. For behold, from henceforth all generations shall call me blessed.
You see that? So she seemed like she was the lowest, but she actually the highest. The Most High said all generations is going to call her blessed. So would the sisters get recognition for birthing righteous babies? Yes. So guess what, sisters? Y'all got something to look forward to now. Fuel that. Let that fuel your energy. When you stressed out, when your kid is crying and you have a headache and you just can't, you know, it's like, dang, I got all these kids and I'm this and that. You think about this, the blessing that you're going to have if you raise these men and these women to be righteous for the next generation. The Most High is not going to return your labors to naught. He's not. That's not a God. Why would he create you and not care about you? The Most High cares about our sisters too. And you need them. So now let's go from there and let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 43. Let me show y'all this real quick. 2nd Ezra is a cold book. Anybody ever read 2nd Ezra before? It's a cold book.
2nd Ezra 5 verse 43. So I answered and said, couldest thou not make those that have been made and be now, and that and that are for to come at once, that thou mightest show thy judgment thee sooner?
So now you got to understand, because Ezra's be dropping some spiritual jewels. I'm sorry. He be dropping them, and you really got to catch what he's saying. So he's like, look, why can't you just, this is a conversation he's having with an angel at this time. And he's like, look, why can't you just have all the souls come at one time? Like, what's the problem? Just have all so we can speed this up. Have all the souls on earth at one time, and then we can hurry the process up in so many words, right? And what did he say? Read.
Verse 40. Then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people? Right.
So he's saying, is that 543? Is that 44?
I'm sorry, 44.
Yeah.
Then answered he me.
43, yeah.
43. So I answered and said, couldest thou not make those that have been made and be now, and that are for to come at once, that thou mightest show thy judgment thee sooner? Then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the world hold them at once that shall be created therein. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant.
So it says, the world cannot hold and was not created to hold all those souls at once, right? Now, I want y'all to follow me. Now, go to verse 48.
Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it in their time.
So what is the earth called? It's called a womb. Why is it called a womb? Because all life is on earth. What does a woman's womb does? Cultivates life. What does the earth does? It's a womb. That's what it is. It's a womb. It has seed. Don't you plant seed in the ground? Don't we plant seed in our wives? Right. Don't the seed grow? Don't the seeds grow? It's the same thing. The earth is nothing but a big womb for all life, and it holds all life, right? So now let's go to let's read I'm sorry. Let's go back and read 5 and you read 41 and 42, right? Yeah, you did. I'm sorry. Let's go to I want to get to the point.
No, I didn't read 41 and 42.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'm sorry.
Dropping back verse 41. And I said, behold, O Lord, yet art thou nigh unto...
No, I'm sorry. Go to 45. I'm sorry.
Verse 45. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant, that thou, which givest life to all, hast given life at once to the creature that thou hast created, and the creature bear it. Even so it might now also bear them that now be present at once. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman.
There it is. So now he's giving a parallel. He's like, look, but still, you should be able to have all life at once. And he said, all right, look, go to a woman and ask her, right? Go to a woman and ask her, read.
And ask a woman and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why dost thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her, therefore, to bring forth 10 children at once.
So now, what if I went to you, sister? How many sisters got children? How hard was it to bear that one child? What if I came to you and was like, why don't you just have like 10 children come out of you all at once at the same time? What y'all gonna look at me and say? Is you crazy? Is you crazy? So he's comparing the womb of a woman to the womb, the earth, right? And he's telling you, like, look, it's impossible for me to do that. In other words, what is he letting Ezra know? To understand this parable and this secret of the Most High, he had to understand the woman's body. It was that important, where he had scenarios lined up to explain a sister's body and how the process of her body works in the process of creation. I don't think y'all really understand what I'm saying. Do brothers understand what I'm saying? The Most High fashioned creation after the woman's womb. We're going to keep getting it. Watch. Let's read verse, was that? Let me see. Yeah, read verse 47.
And I said, she cannot, but must do it by distance of time. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it in their times. For like as a young child may not bring forth the things that belong to the age, even so have I disposed the world which I created. And I asked and said, seeing thou hast now given me the way, I will proceed to speak before thee. For our mother, of whom thou hast told me that she is young, draweth now nigh unto age.
Right. So now what is he talking about? He says the world does what? Speaking of the world, the mother that you have told me, right? Which what can we call the world? We can call it like a mother. Do men have wombs? No. So the world can be referenced as being a mother because it holds life, right? So what did he say? He said now, so of the womb, right? It's that it's growing old. Is the earth now growing old? Come on, let's keep reading.
Verse 50. And I asked and said, seeing thou hast now given me the way, I will proceed to speak before thee. For our mother, whom thou hast told me that she is young, draweth now nigh unto age. He answered me and said, ask a woman that beareth children, and she shall tell thee. Say unto her, wherefore are not they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature? And she shall answer thee, that they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise.
So now what is he saying? At a woman's young age, that's when your womb is ready to have life in it. And you're strong enough to carry it, but as a woman gets older, what happens? She's not as strong to carry that child. So he's likened it to the earth. He's likened it to the earth. Now, I don't think y'all really understood what I was trying to convey to you, that in order for him to understand these parables, right, which these parables actually are deep concepts when you think about it, because he's telling you in the spiritual realm how all things work, how life is. He's telling you, like we're going to read some more scriptures where he's telling you it's a time for each spirit to be on the planet. It's a time for the earth to give it certain fruit, right? But in order to understand this, he had to understand the anatomy of a female, right? Because in them is the same like manner in the earth is a womb that holds life and produces. And when you understand their womb and understand what their womb is meant to do, similar to the earth, you can understand better how your child will come out. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? You know, you see some dirt and it's dry, you can be like, oh, this is not good soil to plant in. If I plant in this soil, it's going to be bad. Am I lying? That's why the Most High said, what? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, go get. Because you need a woman that's what? After your own mind. That way you can produce what you need to produce. So that's all we need from there. Now let's go to 4, 2nd Esdras, to stay in 2nd Esdras 4 and 36.
Is that 36?
Yeah.
Second Ezra 4, verse 36. And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance.
Now, watch this. Now, this is a mystery right here that he's about to reveal to Ezra. So Ezra is basically, if you read up, he's asking him a question. He's asking him about the seeds that's sown, things like that, and when is the time of the coming of the Most High, right? So the angel responds and says, until the seed of man is fulfilled in you. Until the seed of man is fulfilled in you. Now, what does he mean by that, right? We don't.
Verse 37, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. There's
a set number of people that are supposed to be born on the earth before anything. So you know how a prophecy is given? A prophecy is given, like for instance, let's say the slave ships. You know how we went into on slavery on ships? That was not going to be done until the number that he measured was fulfilled for those people to be on those ships. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So what does that mean, my sisters? That means that the Most High does not move until the number of men that he has called to be on the earth is fulfilled. That means we got to get to making some babies. We got to get to making some righteous babies. Let's read it one more time. Let's read verse 36 and 37 again.
Verse 36, and unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you.
What's the number of seeds filled in us, brothers? What seed filled in you? Y'all don't know? Semen. Sperm. What seed filled in you? What is it? The number of seed that's filled in you. Don't you got a sperm count? So he said, I don't move until the number of seed is fulfilled in you. So there's a set number of righteous men I'm going to have on the earth. There's a set number of wicked men I'm going to have on the earth. And I'm not moving until that number is fulfilled. Y'all see why having children is important now, sisters? Y'all see that? It's important. Because the Most High, we don't take the kingdom until the number of the children that need to be born is born. So now you got a better understanding of why you should have children and raise them right. Right? Let's keep reading.
And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he did not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Like I said, read.
Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, even we all are full of impiety.
Right, so he's talking about wickedness, right? Read.
And for our sakes, peradventure, it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled, because of the sins of them that dwell upon the earth.
So he's like, man, Most High, like, it's so much wickedness, the righteous seed is not going to be fulfilled in the earth. It's impossible. It's too much wickedness. It ain't no righteous men and women having kids. Like, man, it's too much. So that means we're going to be in this forever. What did the Most High say, though?
Verse 40. So he answered me and said, go thy way to a woman with child, and ask of her when she hath fulfilled her 9 months, if her womb may keep the birth any longer within her.
Uh-oh, there you go, talking about the woman's womb again. When it's your time to give up your seed that's within you, can you stop that? So what he's telling him is, look, don't worry. It's not going to be stopped. The righteous seed will come on the face of the planet. It's impossible for it not to come. I don't think y'all really understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. That means that in order, it's working two ways. He's talking about two things here. He's talking about the earth, and he's talking about the womb of a woman and the seed of man. He's telling you that the seed of man, it's a number that has to be fulfilled, which y'all understand what I'm telling y'all, right? Well, the woman, he's giving an example of how the earth, right, has souls, right? The souls that are supposed to be on the earth has no choice, like when you read up, but to be fulfilled upon the earth. You can't hold it back because it's a process that the Most High has created to get souls and life on the earth. So in like manner, it's impossible for when baby Shiloh is about to be born, she can't stop it. The same way the earth cannot stop the righteous. So in other words, the righteous seed will prevail. If there's darkness and wickedness, the righteous is right there. If there's righteousness, the darkness is right there. They will prevail. You cannot stop the system that the Most High has created. And he's given a parallel unto a woman's womb. So you see how important it is for you guys in your womb to bear children? But I'm going to show you one more thing, and this is going to be the last couple precepts. Keep reading this, though. Let's finish this off. We're going to read all the way to 42.
41. Then said I, No, Lord, that she cannot. And he said unto me, In the grave of the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman.
You see that? It says, in the grave are the chambers of souls like the womb of a woman. Meaning there's a time allotted for individuals to be here. It's like a womb. And when it's time for them to come up, it's nothing that can stop that. Right? The same as the process of a woman giving birth. Read.
For like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them.
So everything's moving. Right now in the spirit, everything's moving. When you have your son, that's a spirit that the Most High, at the time that it needed to be there, he put the spirit in you, in your seed, to be in the woman, to be on the earth. The same for every child that's born. Right? So now, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, ladies, right? You got a situation where we always talk about the multiple wives situation, right? Understanding that concept, now you understand why the Most High is okay with multiple wives situation. Why? So the seed can speed up and we can get out of here. And the righteous seed can populate the earth. Do y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? Because through your womb is how the righteousness is brought forth. Why do women outnumber men 7-1 in the world? That's done by the Most High, by design for his creative purpose in 2nd Ezra chapter 4. For the measure to be fulfilled. So sisters want to take the kingdom? It's all right. It's okay, sister. We got to raise up these kids. I got a righteous brother, yeah. Let him have more seed, and we're going to raise him up, and we're going to make him right. All praises to the Most High. Let's take the kingdom. Let's get out of here. That's the attitude that sisters should have. And brothers should have the mindset of, let me make sure I build my woman and cultivate her soil and cultivate her in her spiritual being so that we can be able to work in a cohesive fashion. You see that? We need each other. You can't have one without the other. Need a woman, and a woman need us. Y'all see how we work together? Let's get let's get 2 more precepts. Let's go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 1. Everybody already read the parable of the sower and the seed? And we know what that's talking about, right? But see, that's why and I learned from these brothers, man. You never stop learning from the scriptures, because the scriptures will always give you something that you didn't even understand. Like that you, at the time, you weren't ready to understand it. A scripture you can read, and then you can read that same scripture and be like, dang, that's crazy. This is parallel to what I'm reading here. You never stop learning with the scriptures. You will never be done. Somebody tell you, I read the Bible, I'm done with that. They're foolish. You can never be done reading the Bible, because there's always something new the Bible going to teach you. Now, I read this precept. We read this millions of times, but watch this. Let's read Matthew 13 and verse 1.
Matthew 13 and 1. The same day went Yahushua out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. Right. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wheat, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up.
So some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowl came and devoured them up, right? Read.
Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth.
You see that? Some fell of some that didn't have enough earth to cultivate the seed, right? Read.
And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Now, what is this dealing with? This is dealing with the earth, right? This is a parable. Follow me. This is a parable dealing with the earth. And we know what the parable, when he explained what he meant when he said the parable. But this parable also can be in relation to a sister. If you take your seed, right, and you get with a woman that's not ready and with the Most High God, what are you doing to your seed? You're damaging it. That's why the Most High said, abstain from what? Women of what? Other nations. Because if you have, and didn't this not happen in the time of Solomon? Didn't he sow a seed amongst all type of women? Didn't this not happen in the time of Ezra? Did not they sow their seed? And in this same like parable, it happened. The seed fell to the wayside. Is it not so that the woman's energy is what goes into a child? So now you can actually see why some men are weak. Some men are weak. Some men are not strong. Why? Because what did it say in the days of Ezra? Some speak the half of the language of Ashdod. Some speak half of the language of Israel. It was all confusing, starting with the what? The women we was choosing. And that doesn't even just deal with the other nations. That's also dealing with what? Our sisters. We got to make sure that we deal with righteous women, because brothers can't be out there trying to stick everything and then get married and then got a wife and then wonder why she unruly, because we didn't go about it the right way to get the wife and prove her. Prove that she was good soil. Now we got thorns. It ain't no deepness in it. You can barely talk to her for a long time without her falling asleep on you. She not enthused by the Most High's word. You tell her to teach your kids, she can't do it. She don't know where second John is in the Bible. But that's the seed that you chose to put inside of your wife. That's why the Most High says you need to court. Right? Women likewise. Y'all know what the scriptures say about mingled seed, right? You know, any mingled seed or a polluted seed. Sister shouldn't be going after a man that's what? Wicked, to have her womb holding a man's wicked seed. That means we got to do what? We got to prove each other first to make sure the soil is good and make sure the seed is good. Once the soil is good, once the seed is good, we go through the proper channels of the Most High, we have beautiful children. See that? And then we do this. Let's read this 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 8. What's this? This is like a precept to this Matthew 7 and 8.
2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 8. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could...
Hold on, right? 7 I want. Hold on, I actually want, hold on 1 second. This is my last precept I'm going to give for you guys. I think it's, hold on, I think it's, hold on, let's see. No, that's not. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Second Ezra is 8 and 8. I'm sorry, and 7. I'm sorry.
Second Ezra.
Yeah, Second Ezra is 8 and 8. I'm sorry. That's the one I want.
Chapter 8, verse 8. For when the body is fashioned now in the mother's womb, and thou givest it members, thy creature is preserved in fire and water. And 9 months doth thy workmanship endure, thy creature which is created in her.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention. It says, for when the body is fashioned now in the mother's womb, and thou givest its members, thy creature is preserved in fire and in water. What is that fire? Y'all holding a spirit in y'all. And what is that water? What is that water? And what y'all got in y'all? What is the baby in? Water. Right? So now y'all got a whole spirit within y'all, right? So then it says when it's fashioned, right? Read on.
Verse 9. But that which keepeth and is kept shall be both preserved. And when the time cometh, the womb preserved delivereth up the things that grew in it.
So now, this is like when you grow. When you grow in a plant, you cultivate it, you water it. What is it? What does a seed need when you plant it? It needs that water and it needs what? That sun. What is that in the womb? That fire and that water. It says you need that. You need the water and you need to have the right sun. Similar to how a baby needs inside of a womb of a woman, right? So then what happens? Once it grows, is that all? Is that it? All right, yep, I see it growing, that's it. We just leave it alone? Nah. When it grows within you, What does the scripture say after that? Read verse 10.
For thou hast commanded out of the parts of the body, that is to say, out of the breast milk to be given, which is the fruit of the breast.
So now, it's the fruit of the breast, right? So it's calling your body now fruit. Another parallel to your body being like the earth. And now it's saying, okay, once the baby is grown within inside of you, it's not done now. Don't you still got to water that plant? You still got to make sure. Now you nourishing that child. You got to still give them that nourishment, right? But that's not it. Because you know what a lot of people do? This is why people hate their children. Because they forget. They fall in love with the baby and they forget that that turns into a man. So we love them when they cute and small, but then when they get 5, 7, they start to get on your nerves. But it's not done growing yet. He's not a man and she's not a woman. You got to still grow constantly. That's what being a husbandman is, to grow your seed. Your seed is not done growing yet. You got to still grow him. Your seed is not done growing yet. You still got to grow. Your seed, and she's not done growing yet. You still got to grow her. So in the womb was one aspect. Now that she's out, you got to continue to grow that seed, right? Read on.
That the thing which is fashioned may be nourished for a time, till thou disposeth it to thy mercy.
Mm-hmm. So now, at thy mercy, you can nourish it. And then after a while, you be like, all right, you good. I nourished you for a good year or two. You good. Now, you kind of don't have to give suck to me no more. But is that it? No. Let's see what it says. Read.
Thou broughtest it up with thy righteousness, and nurturedst it in thy law, and reformest it with thy judgment.
Then you got to continue to plant. Meaning you got to bring it up in what? In righteousness, in the law, in the scriptures. Cultivating that seed. If you just let that seed go, what happens? The seed dies. That's why a lot of our men and a lot of our women is horrible out here. They have no guidance because the parents don't understand that concept of it being a seed, and you have to grow the child. From an early age, you have to teach the child as a seed. You can't just grow it and leave it alone and then it's going to die. You got to make sure it got a strong root. And how do we grow plants and stuff? Water, sunlight, manure, things like that, right? How do you grow fleshly seed? The laws and the commandments of the Most High God. You got to start to teach it. And who's the first teachers? The mother. And who is the mother? Soil. So brothers, we got to cultivate our soil so that they can cultivate the seed so that we can grow. Have little mini Moseses running around. Because was not Moses' mother strong? Heck yeah, she was strong. She hid him in a basket. Made sure he was safe. And then nourished. You see how the Most High did it? Had his mother nourish him. Because he knew, I need this soil to cultivate this man right here. Why? And there's power inside of Hebrew women. That's why Esau was having our women give suck to his kids. I want to take what they got. They got something special. See that? So it's a blessing. Is that all of that? Read verse 13.
And thou shalt mortify it as thy creature, and quicken it as thy work.
You see that? It says, and thou shalt mortify it as thy creature, and quicken it as thy work. What does quickening mean? When you hear the word quicken, what is that always dealing with? The spirit. So how do you grow a spirit? With the law, the commandments. Quicken it, making them wise. And then we continue to repeat the same thing, and then guess what? We get out of here. So you guys are important, more than you know. We love you, sisters. We love all our women. We don't hate our women. And we need you guys to understand that the faster that you guys get past the womanly emotions, like on your own time, read that 2 Maccabees chapter 7. Sometimes you guys got to get past the womanly emotions that's bottled in and see clearly of the goal that the Most High has for you. And if you have a situation out there, I don't know anybody's situation where a man is not adhering to righteousness and wickedness, you still act accordingly to how the scriptures wanted you to be. That doesn't give you a license to go and act crazy because whatever. You still got to act right so the Most High can bless you like your foremother Abigail. That way, you may be able to save a man if he's going on. If it may be that. Or the man will be able to listen to you because he's like, my wife loves me, she respects me, and now we can grow together because did we not show that men need women? God, we need them. We need your help. We need y'all. The Most High said it. We need y'all. So let's grow our seeds and let's take the kingdom back. And that's it for me. All right.